Hello, Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, Griffin today has some roster announcements. There are going to be people leaving the team, obviously. I don't understand how Griffin is even able to have their LCK spot at all. I don't understand it 100%. The physical mental abuse, then you have them with slave contracts with a lot of the players. Like, I don't understand how this team will have fans at all after all this has happened. There's 100% no way they should have one fan right after this. I don't care if any of this is true. I don't care if it's all a big fat lie somebody made up because they wanted to get back at someone because that person slept with their wife. It doesn't really matter. Because the issue of what I'm trying to say is, what I was trying to say before was that, you know how the players said there was like mental abuse and physical abuse? And then a lot of people on other social media platforms said, why didn't they speak up about it before? If you've never been actually abused physically or mentally, it's really hard for some people to actually say when it's happening. Now, there are times at which where, it's not true when that person is lying. But I do want to say, if that never was happening, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't just be like, because what's the reason they would say that? Like, what is the actual reason they would say that? It's that, like, do they just hate CV Max that much? Like, well, one day I'm going to just make up a story that CV Max hit me. You know what I mean? So, I do believe there is some obvious, truth to what these players are saying. CV Max said they're pretty much lying, but I don't know. I don't understand how this is still an org in the LCK. I don't understand why they allow this. I don't understand why they're not franchised. If they were franchised, this would definitely not happen. This is why I would prefer if the LCK is franchised. That way we don't have stuff like this going on, because maybe having a more of a apparent way of looking at the organizations would be obviously looked at. But overall, I don't think the LCK is ever going to be franchised. I think that they should be, but that's been something that I've asked about for quite some time, but probably won't ever happen. Still 8 promises to revise existing player contracts and removes unfair clauses. Some Griffin players may become free agents. On the 25th of November 2019, Still 8, the parent company to League of Legends team Griffin, released an announcement as the Chovy controversy continues. In the statement, Still 8 recognizes that we've been under criticisms that we have made unfair contracts with the players and have abused the powers of a team to infringe the rights of the players. Still 8 claimed, we will void all the contracts that were previously made under the wrong practice. We will draft new contracts that address the unfair clauses in the existing contracts in the last few days. We have drafted a new contract that deletes unfair clauses from the previous contracts. We will also respect the wishes of the player if the player asks to become a free agent instead of renewing this contract, and will release them as a free agent. This is not just limited to League of Legends players, but applies to all esports players under Still 8 and Griffin. It is unknown which clauses in the previous contract were deemed unfair and which clauses have actually been amended in the new contract. It is also yet unknown which players still under Still 8 Griffin will become free agents as a result of this tournament. Still 8 and Griffin have been criticized by both South Korea and international League of Legends fans after the contract of Chovy was released to the public. The contract was dubbed as a slave contract by many experts, with clauses that gave Still 8 the power to terminate the contract under different circumstances, such as fining Chovy if he was ever to go out of contract from Still 8 and more. See, this is the thing. Those type of things, I have no respect for this team anymore. I don't care if you're a fan of this team. I don't know how you're a fan of this team. Please give me an accurate answer about why you're still a fan of this team. This is a badly run team. I don't even know what debate you could ever come up with that's actually logically sound that makes people want to support this team anymore. These guys are nothing but human garbage, and I hope they all rot in hell who runs this organization. If you think I'm being too harsh on that, then you need to stop being a little pussy snowflake and realize situations that need to be set for. These people who run Griffin are a bunch of pussies, and they should all burn in hell. I hope every single player leaves this org, and I hope they go 0-18 just like Janair did. That's all I care. I don't care if none of this is true about CV Max. I don't even care what CV Max did personally, because that's their fault if they take that abuse at their age. They're well grown enough men at this point to go like, I don't want to get abused. I can leave. I can go to another team. Because Chovy, Tarzan, and Lehands can all find teams. Sword, he sucks. He's not finding a team anytime soon. But Chovy, Lehands, Viper, and Sword, all are great players. They can find teams all in free by being free agents, obviously. Still 8 is a horribly run place. Slave contracts, really? That's what we've resounded to winning. Slave contracts. Oh, you guys are a bunch of pussies. I'll be all burned in hell. Go, just I'm done with them. I hope Griffin goes 0-18 next split. I don't want to hear any arguments. I don't even care personally. I don't care, because if you can somehow debate what they're doing is right, whoo, I feel bad for you. Lehands, Chovy, Doran part ways with Griffin. At least they have a brain. So, on the 25th of November, Griffin notified that it has parted ways with Lehands. That was the support. Chovy was the mid laner, and Doran was the top laner. I don't understand why Doran was even there after Worlds, where they chose to start Sword over him, but I know the reason why. But Chovy was one of the best mid laners in the LCK. He's getting a team no matter what. If a team does not pick him up, I don't know what type of player you'd want over him. He's literally a really good player. Lehands is a great support. They're all good players. They all should be on a team as starting spots. Griffin, in the announcement via official Twitter account, said, "We are here to convey a piece of upsetting news. Our contracts with Lehands, Doran, and Chovy was ended after mutual consent. Sincerely, thank you for bringing precious memories and spectacular games to Griffin and our Finn. Best wishes. Thank you." Earlier the same day, Still 8, the parent company of Griffin, announced that the company recognizes that existing controversies around the organization's contracts with some of the players. Still 8 promised changes to the existing situation in the announcement, stating that in the last few days, we have drafted a new contract that deletes unfair clauses from the previous contracts. We will also respect the wishes of the player if a player asks to become a free agent over renewing this new contract, and release them as a free agent. And that remains to be seen. So that means the people on the roster are Tarzan and Viper. Now, knowing all of this Griffin controversy, I don't understand why they're still there. I mean, Tarzan is really good, and I hope he finds a better team than this. One team that will definitely treat him better. And what's the other guy's name? Viper. So it's literally just Sword, Tarzan, and Viper. Yeah. Man, Griffin, what are you doing, man? All right, former SKT support Wolves leaves Supermassive. So for those guys who forgot, after Wolf left SKT, he went to the TCL. He started to play for Supermassive. He was one game away from going to Worlds. They got beat by Royal Youth, the same Royal Youth that got beat by Clutch Gaming 3-0 in the knockout stage to get into the group stage for the 2019 World Championship group stage. And Supermassive obviously tweets today that our contract with support Wolf has ended. We would like to thank Wolf for his hard work and wish him success in his future career. And that's it. Yeah, Wolf is pretty decent support, all things considered. I think that if you need a good Korean support that's average at minimum to do a certain degree of basic level of gameplay, that's good for him. I think that he overall needs to be on a major region team. I think he's better than that. I think he's better than the TCL, and I think that if teams want a pretty good support who knows what he needs to do, nothing superstar-ish, but then obviously can still win you a decent amount of wins in a competitive season, I think Wolf is your player. But that's it, and that's it for the news right now. Nothing else about anything that's come out recently. I think there's a little bit of news. Oh yeah, sorry, Tucson. No, I already reported this. Did I? Well, Tucson is going to KT Rolster. Let's see. So, Tucson joins KT Rolster and his former teammate, Aiming. So, basically, Aiming is joining, Aiming joined KT Rolster, and now it's Tucson that's going to be on KT. So, that's it. That's pretty much it. That's all it for the news right now. There hasn't been any news beside pretty much the Griffin controversy that's been going around. So I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm the Nightwing, and Way of Life Esports is signing out.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.